Hey everyone, I'm David Goldberg with Sarah McGoldrick, and welcome to another episode of Media Gold, a podcast by the Gold Clover Group. Today's episode joined by a very special guest, Becca Hosts from Twitch. Welcome, Becca.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
You know, I think a lot of people know what Twitch is, but for anybody who's listening who doesn't, can you just explain what is Twitch, why it exists?
Yeah, sure. So Twitch is a platform kind of similar to how YouTube is used to watch videos that have been pre recorded. Twitch allows people to watch live streams of people doing anything really. They kind of started and got most of their viewers and most of their users were gamers. So you have a lot of younger people playing video games on their consoles and streaming for people. But there's been a lot of people that have added or have joined the platform to share music and DJ. Some artists will go on and actually do live drawings for their viewers. And it's growing and growing. It's become very popular. It's owned and operated, I believe, by like the Amazon company. So they've
Mm-hmm.
got a lot of people backing them and can help make it allows streamers to also make some revenue, which is really great. So people can actually make some money off of what they're doing and showing people behind the scenes of what they're doing.
So you started this on Facebook originally. I think that's where I first saw you doing this. What made you make the switch to Twitch?
So the biggest thing was that I started it when the pandemic all happened. I was originally doing trivia in breweries and for private events, and when everything kind of started going virtual, I just did Facebook because it was right there, and everyone seems to have a Facebook account, and I had already had a bit of a following through that. But the more that I did it, the more I realized that Facebook wasn't necessarily created or has all the capabilities of supporting live streams.
Mhm.
It's a benefit that they have it, but there isn't as much customization and personalization that goes into it, and it's a little bit harder to make money off of what you're doing on Facebook, and it's harder to interact with people. I found that even with like commenting, with live comments, you don't see everything. Not all of them get filtered through, and you can really miss some of that interaction you want to have with your community. And Twitch really emphasizes the communal aspect of your viewership. It's all about making a community and having your community support you through different ways, and you know having that virtual world that you can kind of help support yourself through. So I originally moved to it because some people on my that were viewing my videos were saying, I'm having issues with this. Have you ever thought about going to a different platform? And at a certain point, I was like, let's just do it. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I have no idea what Twitch is like. And before then, all I knew was that it was for gamers. I didn't realize that there are more and more people that are in different aspects of the entertainment industry that are trying to use Twitch to gain a bigger following, because I mean, you can reach all sides of the globe. I've had people tune in from overseas that just happened to stumble upon the fact I was doing trivia, or I was doing a themed trivia on like The Office, and they're overseas and they're like, "Oh, I love that show." And they tune in and they're like, "Oh, this is great. I'm going to come back." I mean, it's 8 hours
We all have
difference, but
time during
I have
COVID.
time when you go live, so I'll see you in the future. Um,
Right.
yeah, exactly. So that was just something I wasn't getting on Facebook. I mean, it's harder to reach people you don't know, whereas Twitch, I mean, with the algorithm's different, and I'm sure that it's very similar to how like Instagram and TikTok it benefits from the scrolling and just kind of exploring different things. So
How
yeah.
do you make money? How do you make money from Twitch? Is it, is it gaining enough of a following and then a company reaches out to you and say, "Hey, we'd like you to, you know, show that you're eating this candy while you're hosting a trivia night or something like that?
So the way that Twitch works is there are kind of like three different tiers. When you first join Twitch, it's just like it's a basic plan. And they kind of start to teach you, they have like different videos to teach you how to get the best out of the platform, how to use different tools. Like they have all these tutorials. So it kind of teaches you how to use it. Once you get a certain amount of following and you've accomplished a certain amount of achievements, they do have that, similar to how like gaming is like you've unlocked an achievement.
Right.
Uh, they
Level
have
up.
that, yeah, they have that kind of ingrained into the platform. So once I met a certain amount of achievements, you can apply to be an affiliate. And once you're an affiliate, you can you can start gaining ad revenue. You can start to get subscribers. So you start off and you get followers, but similar to how YouTube has subscribers, you can subscribe to a channel. The difference is it's more like a magazine subscription where you're actually paying on a monthly basis.
Hmm.
So once I became an affiliate, I was actually able to ask my viewers, if you enjoy this, become a subscriber so that I can continue to do it free for everybody. And with the money that they bring me, a certain amount goes to Twitch and then the rest comes back to me. And that's how that works. And you also get other benefits like emotes, you get bits and all these other things that
Just sort
are
of
kind of
enhance the
like buzzwords of
experience.
things that are specific to Twitch itself. Um, yeah, ways that your viewers can interact with you, and I mean it's almost like personalized to my channel as well. So I have like a little emojis that are personalized. I've had one of my followers have created artwork, so when you're a subscriber you get these little emojis and you can react in the
Mm.
chat live with these like personalized little messages, which are cute. And then once you have like an even bigger following, you can become a partner. And it's directly through Twitch. So that's when they realize
Right.
you are having a huge enough following that you're making enough money that you can make us more money. So it's all through Twitch. It's not through other companies, but you can get ad revenue. Which I mean, you don't really get to pick what the ads are going. I
What
think
your
they kind
viewers
of
may be
cater it
interested
towards
in.
whatever you're streaming. But that's yeah. So that's kind of how that works.
And you mentioned like you could be talking to people all around the world, but do you know like the demographics of the kinds of people you're reaching? Like, could it be anywhere from like a 60-year-old man to like a 14-year-old teenage girl?
Yeah. The great thing is every time I finish a stream, they actually send me like a stream summary with a bunch of insights. So I can see how many viewers there were, what the average viewer count was, how many followers and subscribers I got. And then later on, you can actually dive into all the details. I find that most of my
Hmm.
demographic is like 25 to 35-year-old women.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, it'll show you if people have that in their profile and they've specified. I can see like if they're male, female, if they identify as other, if they've put in a location. Most of them are coming from Canada. I have a couple dedicated viewers that are from the States, and then sometimes it'll say like, oh, so and so popped up from Europe somewhere, so and so popped up from the Philippines somewhere. So I can't see all of the specifics, but it's all general
Is there
information that
anything,
it's
like,
really
I wouldn't
interesting to be able
necessarily
to see
call it
that kind of
negative, but
thing.
are there any challenges to using Twitch or things you've had to kind of overcome or work against to gain your following?
It's definitely a learning curve. I mean, I've been on Twitch since
Mhm.
September, I think, and I still feel like I've only scraped the surface of what's possible, and what I could be doing to better my following. It's definitely a huge learning curve. The upside is the resources are there. It's just taking the time to take it all in. And with it being online and live, you do need to have a certain amount of moderation.
Hmm.
they're it's very easy that people can come on and not understand how the game is played, or they don't
Or
understand
just troll,
uh,
right?
the what the community is doing within. Exactly. It's very, very common that people will come on and troll. For the most part, it's been very good and positive experiences. But I mean, every now and
Mhm.
then, you have people that are either being misogynistic or just wanting to stir the pot and anger people. And I mean, it's easy for me to kind of
Yeah.
just like let it slide, and it's just one click to ban somebody. So Twitch has definitely made that. And I will give them the one thing is that they are very diligent on encouraging a safe community and making sure that people online are treating each other with respect. So it's
Mhm.
it's the fear of not knowing who's watching, but also it's kind of exciting, and putting yourself out there and trying something new.
Where do you see the platform going in the next, well, we talk about these apps and stuff, like it's not like with 5 years, it's more like where do you see it going in the next 1 to 2 years? Do you see it changing, going, taking a new direction, adding more features?
That's a great question. I think that from what I understand, I mean, Twitch has been around for a few years, and it seems like they've come a long way since they first came out. And the more people that are using it seems like the more diverse the viewership is becoming. I mean, when I go on, I'm really one of the only
Mhm.
people I see that are doing trivia per se. Um, Obviously it's a very common thing that people do trivia virtually, but I don't think as many people have moved to Twitch specifically to stream their trivia games. So I'm curious to see how things will progress, how there'll be more categories of what people are streaming, maybe more in
Yeah.
politics. I've seen a couple. I mean, I've seen AOC and Jagmeet Singh go on, and they've played
Mhm.
like Among Us. And I mean, maybe that's a way to get into really appealing to younger generations of like making people like politicians or marketing or like any kind of different categories. People can come on and stream and do like tutorials or do workshops. So I
Right.
think that having Twitch being like being part of the conglomerate that is Amazon, I am sure that it's going to continue to grow and just get bigger and bigger. Um, and it's also it seems like they're kind of pushing out some of the other competing or
Mhm.
competitive platforms that are also trying to stream. Twitch can just do everything. So I'm sure that they are going to grow in the next couple years and just make
And then what
make
advice
it
would you
as
have for
accessible as
people who want
possible.
to, sort of become a Twitcher or, become a Twitch influencer if that's possible these days?
Hmm. I mean, I think the best thing is just like if you want to do it and if you're curious by it, like just dive in. There's no reason why you can't just make an account and start exploring. Um, and it's a free service. Like they're not currently charging to have any kind of membership.
Mhm.
The only thing that you have to pay is if you want to actually support people, and there's something for everyone. I mean, I've gotten a lot of my viewership on Facebook were people that were like Gen X or baby boomers. So inviting them to come with me to Twitch was like a huge learning curve for them as well, because this is like a completely different world. But once
Mhm.
you get into it, I've heard from a lot of them is like, oh my goodness, like there's so many things to discover on here. So if you have an idea and you want to start streaming it and you want to like have no limit to the amount of time you can stream. I mean, you could stream for 15 minutes, you could stream for 8 hours and just let people see it. There's a lot of things that people could offer. That probably aren't being offered yet, or at least not to the extent that they are being shared on other platforms. So it's a really easy way to have that live interaction with people from anywhere, and just being inspired by a similar, you know, uh, pastime.
I watched it. It was great. Becca hosts on Twitch. Thank you so much, Becca.
Thank you so much.
And, we hope you guys found a lot of interesting information this episode. As always, if there's something topic you guys want us to talk about, or you know an interesting person, or you are an interesting person that you think we should interview on this podcast, reach out to us on our website, goldclovergroup.com, and all the social media channels at Gold Clover Group.
And don't forget to catch us every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcast.